on the tail of one of the Ironwood Vipers, the Elfkin veteran called Korvak Hist. The wolves tracked down an old associate of his to a cultist's hideout in an abandoned catacomb. This associate had dabbled too much into the dangerous void magics, and upon the conclusion of a confrontation, a terrible explosion of void energy was unleashed. In the aftermath of this blast, I'm going to need everyone to roll a hard discipline check. That is 3 difficulty.
Bread rolled 2 threats.
Kel rolled 2 successes and 3 threats.
Finn rolled 1 failure and 1 threat.
Arnor rolled 1 failure and 1 advantage.
Kai rolled 1 failure and 2 threats.
And Sarako got 1 success.
Any threats that you rolled, you will take double that amount in strain. If you succeeded, you will take 5 wounds.
If we succeeded, we take 5 wounds?
Yes.
Is that pre-soak?
I'm not saying damage, I'm saying wounds.
Straight up void.
I'm thrilled to see what happens to those of us who failed.
Yeah, I know.
Finn just disintegrates right off the face of the earth.
It turns into dust.
And if you failed or did not roll a success, you will take 10 wounds.
Oh, you know that? We're almost straight up dead. Like,
Well, he did explode with chaotic void energy, so that's kind of valid.
that's true. That's true.
Speaking of him, as the lot of you are kind of crawling free of whatever rubble and shaking off the effects as best you can of this explosion, the mage's corpse is spread into 5 or 6 pieces throughout the room, though all remain close enough to the altar where he stood.
Ow,
Everybody alive.
I'm hurt.
Barely. Doc, can't you do something about this?
I can. Let's not be in here for starters. Bread's first thought absolutely should be for the wounded as a physician. However, he is going to go to the corpse. And I would like to spend 2 of the player points from the pool to use my special ability.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Very fun.
Ooh, everybody ooh and aw for Bread.
Go ahead,
Love
Laurel.
bread. We love bread.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the oohing and awing.
Bread. And then like Bread's daydream comes to an end. He realizes he's got like a chunk of rock sticking out of his chest.
Comes back to reality.
You're still on the floor. We're still hurt.
I'm gonna examine the body.
He's having like a seizure.
Yeah.
Bread's here like, bread. And in reality, it's like all of us being like, Bread, wake up.
Bread!
We need you to wake up.
Bread.
Bread, please.
Bread, we're suffering.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Well, isn't it complete darkness, though?
No, there are torches and lamps still burning. The structural integrity of the chamber you're in has been compromised, and a good portion of the ceiling has caved in, but there is still adequate light. And so, Bread, as you head over to this corpse here,
Stepping over Finn's moaning body.
Listen, sometimes we're focused on things that we should not be focused on.
you reach out in a mental sense as a strange tingling kind of runs up your left arm, and you hear the slightest whisper, though it's incoherent. It's just a little inkling of a notion to maybe pick through this guy's belongings. And as you do so, leaning down, your hands are guided perfectly to a small note tucked inside this mage's pocket of his robe. Though mostly scorched by fire or stained with blood, you can make out the signature at the bottom of Korvak Hist, scrawled in cursive Kindlish. The only other legible thing is an embossed emblem in the upper right-hand corner of a two-tailed fox. If you want to examine that emblem, you can roll a lore check.
Sure.
That will be daunting. 5 difficulty.
I'm good at lore.
You've never seen this before.
Okay. 3 failures.
You do not know what this symbol is, but you know enough to glean its importance. And if Korvak wrote upon this, you can kind of connect the dots that this is probably some kind of taverns or inns stationary.
Okay. Sighing in a semblance of relief, Bread will tuck this away for later and begin attending to the wounded, which is everyone.
Okay. I will say, with the worsening conditions within here, just the dust and the rumbling of this catacomb and the low light, you'll probably suffer some major penalties. It might be better to move outside first.
Okay, Bread will move to, as if getting ready to attend to everybody, just sort of like in a daze, because he is very injured himself.
Bread, this place isn't gonna hold out for long. If they can move, we need to move.
Can everybody move?
I think so.
I guess so.
As well as you could if you just got exploded.
We did. Now let's move. And Arnor's gonna start heading out.
Cal is going to follow very closely behind.
Yeah, I say we leave.
Yep, Kai will follow in suit.
Luckily, the explosion and collapsing of this chamber has opened up the previously barricaded exit from this very chamber. So you are able to make a hasty exit, and just in the nick of time, too, as the last one of you steps foot outside back into this graveyard. The mausoleum behind you buckles, and then you are just buffeted with this big puff of dust and smoke as you hear a deep rumbling beneath the earth behind you.
Anybody know anything about an inn with some sort of establishment with a two-tailed fox?
Anyone else is free to examine the paper and do a daunting lore check, though you can only do this once. And whoever does one, I'm going to spend a story point from the GM pool to upgrade that one of the purples to a red.
Cal is also going to take a look at the note that Bread has, that Bread found, and look specifically at the emblem of the two-tailed fox.
All right, so that will be a daunting lore check.
And I rolled 2 failures and 1 threat.
As you're looking at it, your vision's still a little blurry from this ordeal, and you got a ringing in your ears, and you're more overcome with nausea than any form of helpful information.
I don't know what it is. I'm going to sit down. And Cal's going to sit down on a rock somewhere and just nurse her headache.
Bread will pass the note to whoever wants to look at it next, if anybody, and start with Kel as far as patients go.
Sirocco just happened to be standing next to Bread, so he'll go ahead and take the note, and he'll kind of scan it. You see his eyes go up and down, looking across the page, and they do rest on this two-tailed fox symbol, and he'll try to rack his brain and see if he's got any idea what it's about.
That will be another daunting roll, and I'll spend one of my story points to upgrade it.
I rolled 1 threat.
With that, you two just are unable to pinpoint where this is, though there's a bit of uneasiness, too, when you see it. Couldn't tell exactly where that comes from. Laurel, as Bread is attending to Kel here, you are currently suffering a 2 severity critical injury. Would you like to try to heal that first before you go on to...
Yeah. Bread is not very good at taking care of himself, so, and sort of like not being able to move recognizes, like, I will not be useful to anybody until I deal with this. So yeah, he'll take care of that critical first.
All right. Well, that will be then 2 difficulty for your medicine check.
2 difficulty.
And it's... Oh, does self-healing apply? Yes, it does. It does. All right, actually, Laurel, this is going to be a 4.
Okay, can I spend story points to downgrade that at all?
You can spend a story point to upgrade one of your greens to a yellow.
I will do that. I will spend a story point to upgrade some dice, because if Bread can't heal, ain't nobody getting healed.
Ain't nobody.
What'd you get?
3 successes, 1 advantage, 1 triumph.
Very good.
Oh, wow. Okay. Whew.
You are the opposite of compromised.
Yay!
You're uncompromised.
You somehow did not take a head wound in all that trauma.
You're able to just center yourself and deal with your own wound that you had sustained in your arm before turning your full attention toward your patient in front of you. And with that, I will let you take a boost die to your medicine check for Kel. And all of these medicine checks, since their current wounds are more than half their thresholds, are going to be a difficulty 2.
3 successes, 4 advantages.
Oh, well then there you go.
Everybody just kind of got blown up, right? So I imagine a lot of it is like internal trauma and then also surface cuts and scrapes. So cleaning anything that is like an open wound and then sort of stabilizing any tender areas. He has a very well-equipped kit and is also intelligent about anatomy. So he knows what he's doing.
With 3 successes, Kel, you can heal 3 wounds and 4 strain.
As Bread is tending to the wounded, doing the healing and whatnot, Sarako will go ahead and pass the note on to Finn, who seems somewhat interested in it.
Yeah, and he takes it, kind of refocusing his glance at the symbols, the words, taking particular care to try to pull out any extra details, as it were, from this message, although it may not seem likely. He got 2 successes and 4 threats.
You know that this stationery is not, in fact, from a tavern or an inn, but it belongs to a trading company that buys luxury goods, mostly food and ales, from like wholesalers, and then delivers them to smaller establishments unable to deal directly with those big names. This is a local company, and since you're an Aravonian, this company also has a presence in the Union, but they're mostly here, Pola-based.
We are not looking for an inn of any kind, but rather a company that handles goods, mercantile goods. They distribute wares to smaller companies. I've run across them a couple times in my work, but they are fairly ubiquitous here in Pola. Should be no problem to at least find someone who can tell us where the nearest outpost is.
All right, well, that's a lead.
Who's next on Bread's patient list?
Who else needs healing? Literally everyone.
With all the work that I did for this operation, it seems that I need my strength to continue. Will you help me?
I'll get to you, Kai. And he will go to Sirocco next, who's visibly less injured than Kai.
Hearing the whole interaction between Bread and Kai, Sirocco will look over at Kai, give her a little smile and a shrug, and then, proffer, one of his arms to be healed.
5 successes.
Yeah, you can clean him up perfectly, and with your bonus apothecary ability, we'll take away a strain as well.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Bread. Master Healer.
That's what I do.
Master healer, huh? I didn't take you as uncaring.
The more you talk, Kai, the more you're going to have to wait your turn.
Dear, 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 I had a wrong perception about you. I thought you were caring, a healer, kind, but I guess I was wrong.
Kai, I don't think you're helping your cause.
Brett just levels Kai with a look that is so dead inside, genuinely, that it's kind of terrifying for a moment, where it's like, I don't care. And then he smiles again, and we'll move on to Arnor.
I'm seeing a lazy-eyed goat look at me.
You have severe head trauma. You have a concussion.
I think you should get that checked out. If only there was a doctor around.
So this will be 2 for Arnor, yeah.
4 successes.
Arnor can heal 5 wounds. And last but not least, does Bread move on to Kai?
Yeah, he will heal Kai before he heals himself.
Bloomenhain, when people have the power in their hands, you gotta play nice, right?
I'm gonna hold your lives in my hands this whole campaign, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Bread, don't be afraid to skip that one.
Gosh.
1 success, 4 advantage.
Kayako heals 2 wounds and 4 strain.
Whippy, thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
Then for yourself, Laurel, that's going to be a 4 difficulty check.
Can I spend 1 to upgrade?
You may spend a story point.
All the dice have canceled out.
With some trembling hands and a lot of your instruments kind of stained or covered in your friend's blood, there's not much left for you. And you'll have to make do as is moving forward.
He will wrap up whatever is bleeding and sit down.
Ryan, how do the health potions work again?
You just immediately take it and it heals you for 5 wounds.
Oh, me fully forgetting I have healing potions.
Yeah, I would say I have some too. So if you want to use one of yours, you can. If not, I'll give you one.
They're just dangling off of Bread.
Now, where did those healing potions go?
No, I'll take one. He will sit down and drink a healing potion.
All right.
A health elixir, if you will.
You down this bitter concoction and you can recover 5 wounds.
What time of day is it? Is it nighttime?
No, you got here pretty early in the day before the sun had truly risen, and now it seems to be just before noon as you all are exiting this musty graveyard, trudging up the little hill back to the grove where you had hitched your mounts.
We all got concussions and it's not even noon yet.
I know.
We exploded some guy. Kai killed 3 people. We all have concussions.
Just another day on the job.
As you move away from this site of the cultists. And toward your mounts, 4 horses, saddled and bridled, look uneasy, sharing a hitching tree with 2 sizable lizards, elven riding karaks, bristling with colorful scales and feathers. For each of you that has a horse, give it a name and describe its build. And then for Chris and Allie, name your karak and tell us the color of its scales, feathers, or fins.
Bread's horse's name is Daisy, and she is a mare paint, like brown and white, and Bread will mount.
Kai's karak, his name is Tama, and the main scales on his body are kind of like a muted yellow, more of a mustard color, and his spine is a light green. Kai will come up to Tama and will mount on top of him. Well, that's what mount means, sorry.
And will mount beneath
I know the
him.
phrasing of that was just a little awkward.
So awkward. It was so awkward.
I'm gonna mount him.
I'm gonna go home. I shouldn't be here. Okay.
That was the spirit of Mick coming through you just then.
Okay. Kai will walk up to Tama and will mount up. Just mount right up. Sorry. See you later.
Then Sarako will go to his horse Nasser, a big, beautiful black stallion built for speed, and in one very smooth, practiced motion will let himself up and take up the reins.
Kel is gonna wander over to her karak, Ansril, and kind of pat its hide and just slowly get into the mount. Still a little hurt from before. Ansril is a female and she's like dark brown and has like a slight tint of green, almost kind of like a camouflage-y type situation.
Arnor will approach his large, pure white warhorse, calling out his name, Artax, let's be going, and mounting his horse.
Finn walks up to his middle-sized horse. It's probably the most closely analogous to real-life horses would be like an American quarter horse, and it's jet black, kind of more raven black with undertones of just like blue if it catches the light just right. And he walks up to her, presses his forehead to her head, and just says, "All right, Selenia, let's do this again." And he's gonna give it a couple strokes on the nose, and then we'll mount up.
All right, whoever wants to, one of you can roll an average geography check.
Not Finn.
Arnor, after mounting his horse, will look in his pack at a map to attempt to ascertain the correct direction for them to be heading to the Two-Tailed Fox Trading Company. Arnor rolled 3 failures and 1 threat.
As Arnor consults his map and hands out a set of instructions, everyone kind of just shares a look like, what the hell is he talking about?
He's looking at the map upside down. Blue is land. Green is sea.
Looking over at the map that Arnor has, it's not even a map of Pola.
Oh no.
Yes.
Arnor is also the guy that's been in the same spot for like 20-something
That's
years. So I don't know why we would be listening to him anyway.
I think you're going to want to consult a different map there.
Okay, well, Bread, if you have a good map, please use it and lead the way.
I don't know if I should lead, but I do have a map. 2 successes for Bread.
With that check, Laura, with 2 successes, you reveal that the nearest town is a quarter day's ride away, and it is called Clairol. Though a larger city, Lavion, lies a half day's ride away from where you are now. Regrettably, they are not in the same direction. You could feasibly travel to Clairol, then Lavion, but you wouldn't arrive in Lavion until late in the evening if you did so. And if you decided to go to Lavion first and then Clairol, Clairol would have to wait until the next day, lest you ride through the night.
Anybody have any particular lane-ins towards either city?
Well, I think it would be a bigger city would probably be better. We could stock up on supplies, and if this is truly a mercantile place, wouldn't you think it would be in a bigger city?
True, but it's also a mercantile place that deals with people that don't have the sway to barter with bigger companies themselves.
That's true.
My vote is the smaller town. Less of a commitment out front, time-wise, and I think you are right there, Brett. They would not be dealing too much with the middle-sized to large-scale inns that could be located in
Clairol.
in Lero.
Finn may have a point. I may have been looking at the wrong map, but that is the same direction in which I said we should go.
Amazing.
You're a very lucky sort, Arnor.
I say the small town because each of us are very healthy. Not good. So we go to small town, get some rest, take it easy for like half a day, and then we continue. We look for two-tailed fox. We find it, very good. We not find it, then we go to the big city. You understand?
Yeah, I followed all that.
Okay, very good. Then it is settled. We go to small town.
Aye, we go to the small town.
Who's leading the way?
Bread will lead.
I was just gonna say, well, Finn, I trust your judgment. We'll go in whatever direction you tell us.
Actually, maybe I want to change my mind now.
Not changing. It is settled. We go to small town. Please, bread, full speed ahead.
Bread's already like 20 feet ahead.
Love it.
Brett is regretting healing everyone at this point.
So the party is underway to Clairol. The day passes. It's a quarter day's ride away. So you get there about as evening is upon you. This town is not too big, not too small. It's situated on a little hill amongst some other rolling geography. Most of the buildings are flanked by farms or small vineyards. And as your party comes upon the town proper, going from the outskirts inward up one of the roads toward the town square, your presence is immediately noted by the mostly human populace. A lot of them avoid you, speaking in hushed, tailish whispers before moving off. Though, as you come to a stop around a small, dry fountain in this little plaza that is the town square, one man, hazel-haired, stout, probably Emeric, wearing a leather jerkin and a small brown cloak, steps forward, patting his protruding belly with one hand, the other resting on the pommel of his sheathed blade. He gives you a once-over, the lot of you, and then gives a deep sigh. Now, what pleasure do I owe the fine companions of the Ironwood Company? Your kind have a reputation, you know, and as the marshal here, it's one I would rather keep as far away as possible from my town.
Okay, then you help us. We need a food and sleep and a two-tailed fox company, and you help us and we leave. Easy.
Am I supposed to interpret that as a threat?
No, okay.
Please forgive the illiterate one.
Oh, that is sad.
We have money, and we will pay you for services. But we need some time to recuperate, and then we will be on our way.
We only have 2 inns here. I suppose they could probably house you, but I will not speak for them. I must have your assurance, however, that you will not cause trouble while you are here.
You have my word.
Your word means nothing to me. I know the reputation that precedes you.
What sort of assurance would you like?
If you are to stay here at one of our establishments, I will need a collateral.
Such as?
Something of value of your choosing.
Our weapons, perhaps?
Your weapons will do well.
And Finn, without a word, just takes his dagger out of his sheath, drops it next to him. It may become part of the property of this town. I can find another one easily enough. And Finn looks at the others around him. But perhaps you have some sort of storehouse, guard shack, where the others may store theirs, if they are willing to oblige.
I will have one of my deputies take them off your hands, though I would prefer also to know your business here.
If you've worked with us in the past, you likely know we do not disclose such information willingly.
I have had the great fortune to have never had to cross paths with the Ironwood Company's dogs before.
We are here to rest and gather information.
And what information would that be?
The location of the Two-Tailed Fox Company.
There is no company here of that name.
Yes, and we are hoping somebody might guide us in the correct direction.
I do not recognize it. Perhaps you would have better luck in a larger city. If you like, I can provide directions to Lafionne or Ciro. Either, I'm sure, will suit your needs better than here.
Is he telling the truth?
Why don't you roll Vigilance?
Is this just a contest?
Yep, 1 success, 1 advantage for me.
1 success.
Ooh. You think he's telling the truth, but he is awfully confrontational. So take that as you will.
Okay.
Could I flip over a story point from the player pool for Finn to notice that there is, kind of far off in the distance from this town, a potentially void-powered machine that is for farming purposes or whatever that could potentially be in need of repair that he could offer his services to take a look at.
Flip over that point.
Sweet.
And in the distance, over these rolling hills accompanying some of these farms, you see a number of windmills. A good handful of them are running, though there's notably no breeze in the air. It's a very still day. However, one seems to have fallen into a state of disrepair.
Kind of softening his tone a little bit, because he also has been fairly confrontational in this whole thing. Finn gestures towards this malfunctioning windmill off in the distance and says, "Look, we would appreciate at least some time to stay, rest, recover, as my companions have said. And I can't help but notice that some of your equipment is malfunctioning. I have spent a great deal of service in the Erevan Engineering Corps dealing with exactly these machines. I would be happy to take a look at it as payment for our time here, or at least some assurance that we have no ill intentions."
I am sure it would garner goodwill from whoever owns that particular plot. But since I cannot dissuade you, obviously, please then carry on with what you must do, and do so without causing more trouble than you already have.
May we keep our weapons then?
No.
Brett would also like to look around and see if he can see any signs of the hollowing here, or like having seen it pass through, or people that might need to be treated.
You don't see anyone on the street besides the marshal.
Okay.
And there are no houses bearing any marks from various doctors.
Cool. Plague safe.
That's so good to know. Genuinely. Forgot that was like a whole thing we could run into is the plague.
Oh yeah, jeez.
We had concussions earlier, and we have the Black Death, guys.
It's fine. You've got Brett.
Emerging from one of these larger buildings, probably a state house of sorts, is a Talic boy, probably no older than 16 or 17, though he is in a similar get-up to this marshal. And he comes around then expectantly to each of you in turn to collect your weapons.
Brett will give him his dagger. He is not attached to it at all.
And he'll also pick up Finn's dagger from off the ground.
Because Finn couldn't even hand it to him, he just dropped it. Kel is going to have a much harder time letting go of the great sword, and she's going to hold it in front of her and kind of stare down at it, like white knuckle grip on the handle. And before passing it over, she'll say, "You be careful with this now, because I want it back exactly the way I give it to you. Do you understand?"
The boy will just not really acknowledge that. He'll only glance up at you with his eyes before glancing down at the sword as he takes it. And the marshal, though, will catch your gaze, and he'll furrow his brow at you.
And I'll just look right back.
Sarako will take his sheathed rapier off of his hip, and to the boy, he'll speak in Talek, and he'll say, "Please do not worry about her. She is a little on edge from where we have just come from. It is no problem. We will be in and out. Very, very simple. No trouble." And I'll hand it over.
And the boy in Felish says, "I don't speak Talic."
Well, you need to learn about your ancestors.
That's even funnier.
Okay.
He'll shrug and take your sword.
Okay. Everyone here is it. Okay.
As the man comes to Arnor, he will go ahead and give him a spear.
Kai would go forward, but before she does, she actually touches the shoulder of the marshal and will say, "Marshal, please, to be a dear, and can you just offer me one simple favor?" And she will actually activate her special super duper power right now.
Using our last 2 player points.
Awesome.
Using the last 2 light story points.
I have a feeling that Kai's ability will often be used for selfish reasons.
Oh, you betcha! Unless we get to being on the same side.
Oh, I love it. I'm so obsessed with it.
How does she do this, by the way?
As you lean down off of your karak and, graze his shoulder, he kind of bristles a little, looking between you and the great beast of a lizard that also just seems to wear a strange smile as it looks at him sideways. And he'll look up at you and say, I can offer help, yes. What can I do for you? A favor? What favor?
And then as Kai is speaking to the marshal, she'll look him dead in the eye, and her eyes, as she's looking directly into the marshal's, will start to glow a yellow sapphire, and he'll start to hear her voice booming in his mind and echoing as she says, I really can't part with my weapons. Will you allow me to keep them?
Kel is on her garage just watching like, what the shit?
Like, he's actually falling for this?
He'll glance over at his boy deputy that's come up behind him with all the weapons, and he'll just wave him off back toward the State House and say, I think it would be an amenable arrangement to allow at least one of you to keep your arms and such. And then he'll kind of roll his shoulders uncomfortably and take a couple steps away. And now, please, is there anything else I can answer for you before you are, please, on your way?
Kai is actually...
No.
No, go, leave.
Before the deputy walks away with all the weapons, she's going to glance at the group, glance at the deputy as he's walking away, and will say, and one more thing, Marshal. Why not let us all keep our weapons, just in case something gets hairy?
If something truly got hairy, he'll say as he takes a few measured steps away from you, I'm sure you will use your discretion to just leave town, and you have that wicked bow across your back. I'm sure you'll be fine. And you'll see this, angry flash in his eyes as he turns on his heel and walks toward the State House with the deputy.
Would he know that the staff across my back is technically a weapon?
That would have been taken, yes.
Okay, so Kel will also submit the giant staff that she has across her back. Much easier than she lets go of her greatsword.
The lot of you are free to roam Clairon.
Kel's just gonna walk around then. Just go for a stroll.
Brett will pull up his hat and more, probe the town a little more intently, looking for Plague.
As soon as the marshal walks away and kind of heads off, Finn turns towards the rest of the group and he just says, I'm going to take a look at this windmill, but I think we should probably pick one of these inns and just all meet there later tonight. What the rest of you do as you will, but we need to rest.
Kel will accompany Brett then if Brett's gonna go. Kel will use it as a guide to check the town out and kind of see what's there.
Lady Kayako.
Yes? I'm sorry, what, Sorako?
Yes, so the cachones of this town do not know what I am saying. So, you must come with me and we will find a room, many rooms, not one room. For all of us. Many rooms. Okay? So we go together.
Oh, darling, would you feel more comfortable speaking your native tongue? We could do that, no problem.
Oh, you speak Taelic? He says in Taelic.
She'll respond in Taelic. Yes, of course. It was required in my education growing up.
Oh, okay. Very good then. Then you and I must go together to find some rooms for us to rest for the night, and then perhaps afterwards we can go look around, see if we can find the two-tailed fox symbol, and we can see if we find any leads on anything like that while the others are off. I don't know. I think Fiend is going to go and check out a farm or something. He's a farmer. I do not know. So anyway, yes, if you and I can go together, that would be most preferable because it appears that the people of this town do not understand when I am talking.
I like to think we as a group barely understand you also, but we just haven't told you.
Absolutely.
We just haven't told you that yet.
And Sarako was speaking kind of fast that whole time. As soon as you said yeah, I speak Taelic, he was like, sweet, and then he just finally.
Yeah.
And then after his discourse with Kayako, Sarako will turn around to Finn. Okay, it is settled. Me and Lady Kayako, we go find rooms, and you go farming together with Arnor. Okay, good. Is settled.
Gives a universal thumbs up.
And then without waiting for like any sort of confirmation, he's going to go ahead and start riding off into the town.
All right. So, Kel and Brad have trotted off down one of the side streets of the town and are just poking around. Kayako and Sorako will head to one of the inns, and then Finn and Arnor head to the outskirts toward the farms on the northeastern side of town. Let's start with Kayako and Sorako. After looking around for a little bit, you realize you've got two choices to choose from here. You can either take a stay at the Sleeping Serpent or the Heather Hen.
That's really cute. Anyways, is there any, in all of them have availability for all of us?
The town is not busy. You can surmise that either would have adequate space.
Well, your pick, Sorako. You seem like a great judge of character. Which one would you choose?
Let's go to the one with the chicken on it. It seems more comfortable than the snake place.
Cute!
As you two head over to the Heather Hen and hitch your mounts and step inside, it's a comfortable atmosphere. There isn't much noise. There isn't much of anything, really. It's completely empty, save for the innkeeper who stands in front of a bar, just organizing stools and whatnot. And as he turns around, you see he's a slight man, probably fellish, and he says, "Hello, welcome to the Heather Hen. I'm Dari, and if you need anything, I'll be down here for most of the night till my brother comes in the morning."
Hello. We require 6 rooms. Do you have availability?
How many beds in the rooms?
I've got four of the 6 rooms have 1 bed each, and then 2 of the rooms have 2 beds. But the single room beds, those are a little bigger, can fit 2. And the ones with 2 beds, they can fit 1 each.
Great. We'll take 3 rooms, 2 of the double beds, and 1 by itself. Savvy?
Absolutely. That'll be 15 a pop.
Is no problem. And Sorako will reach into his pack, pull out a little coin purse, and hand it over to the innkeeper.
Innkeeper Dari will go through all your silver and see that that's all of it. He'll empty it out kind of behind the bar and then return your empty purse to you.
Thank you.
Then to Kai, he'll give 3 keys. First floor for the 2 doubles, and then 3rd floor for the single.
Thank you very much.
And as Dari walks away, Sorako looks over at Kai and he says, "Hey, you owe me big."
Outside, along the streets of the town, as the sun starts to fade, Kel and Bread just traipsing along atop your mounts. You do not see any markings that would denote a plague presence here.
Is there anybody that is in obvious need of medical attention?
You barely even get a glimpse of people. They are quick to shutter themselves behind windows and doors the second they catch a glimpse of you.
Friendly place?
Yeah, looks it. What are you looking for, by the way?
Plague doctors will leave signs for each other if they can or can't treat when it's come through an area. Sort of my whole thing. He gestures at the hat.
Oh, that's horrifying.
He will lift up the black arm and just sort of twiddle the fingers like, yeah, it is.
Can I ask about that, or is it rude?
I don't find it rude, but others might, so I'd be careful who you ask, but I contracted the plague several years back.
Oh, I'm sorry. You seem to have made it out all right, but still doesn't sound exactly pleasant.
It's not. I'm alive, but that's not saying much.
If it's any consolation, I'm glad you're here. We wouldn't have done too well earlier if you weren't around to help us out, so I do appreciate everything you've done for us.
Bread will nod very thoughtfully. A look sort of crosses his face of, gratitude, but also... it doesn't quite go in. The compliment does not settle the way that it should.
And Kel is kind of, as she's saying this, it almost looks like it pains her to say it. Not necessarily that she doesn't want to give you the compliment, but more so that she's, uncomfortable. Telling you, oh, I'm so glad you were here to save my ass kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's kind of uncomfortable having to admit a weakness to you, specifically.
It's nice to be useful.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that a lot. I understand.
Sort of on opposite ends of the spectrum, you and me.
Yeah, I suppose so. Both protectors in a way, I guess you could say.
Both are needed.
Both are definitely needed. So, you seeing any signs of the plague?
No hollow in here.
As you trot along a little ways further.
Yeah, Kel is incredibly awkward, by the way. She's just
I like it.
trying to make conversation with you, but it pains her to have to start
Yeah.
the conversation a little bit.
No hollow in here that I can see, except for me.
Well, if that's the only piece of good news that we get today, I will take it. What do you make of the whole Viridian thing? Of Aethelward supposedly going?
It's hard to say. I mean, whatever's out there, it's wild and untouched, and that's a lot like Void in a lot of ways. I think it's very appealing to some people and very dangerous to everyone.
As soon as you mention Void, Kel is almost like she shifts in her mount just to be a little bit closer to wherever you are, just to hear you better, because she's so interested in whatever you're going to say about the Void. And it's not something, it's like you would think she would try to be subtle about it, but it's like she can't help herself. She's so intrigued by what you're about to say that she almost just completely forgets to be mysterious and cool, and is just like, oh? And then is just listening very intently over the top of her mask, which is probably at this point, because she had a bloody nose earlier, maybe a little speckled with dark red and a little crusty looking, not looking great, but she's listening very intently.
Are you interested in Void?
Yeah, you could say that. It's unknown, it's weird, but I like it in a way. Curious about it.
Bread will nod very thoughtfully. As quick as you can get rid of that interest, I'd recommend you do.
I would if I could.
By this point in your conversation, you've kind of rounded through the entire town and have come back through the square and then up to the street where both of the inns lay.
Can we see the horses outside? Would we know exactly where everyone is?
You can see down the street at the Heatherhen Inn an open barn beside it where Sirako and Kai are emerging after hitching their horse and Karak, respectively. Outside of town, making good time as night approaches, Finn and Arnor arrive at this farm and this decrepit windmill. Now, there does seem to be a bit of a breeze, though the windmill is still stationary.
Is it apparent if there is any sort of residence attached to this windmill, there's a keeper of it, or is it just isolated, there's no field workers out there? Is there anyone who appears like someone who he could contact as he's approaching?
You hear some commotion inside the small farmstead home, and then a fellish woman with a lantern steps out, and she says, "Who's there, eh?"
Do not mean to disturb you, madam, but I was told by the town marshal that perhaps this windmill could use a once-over.
Well, take it at this time of night.
Well, we did not arrive in town until just now, and let's say we're hoping to have a pleasant evening at the inn, and the marshal made it clear he would rather not have us here. I'm trying to do a good turn.
Well, no one's quite been able to crack it, truth be told.
Who's come to look at it so far?
Well, when it first broke down, I believe they sent someone from Lavion over, but Fool didn't know his head from his arse, so didn't think he'd know much of a windmill inside and out, especially with them void cells running. And then, perhaps a day or two back, someone from town came and looked at it. A boy and some older kin.
From town? This town?
Well, yeah. I don't much go into town except when I need to, so couldn't say who they were. But said the marshal sent them. Want to have a look at it.
Regardless, if it does not disturb you, then we'll be on our way, hopefully out before too long.
Right, I'll come along and lock it for you. If you want, you can hitch your horses here at the farm proper, and then she'll walk up the hill with you to the windmill.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, Finn will do that.
On the walk to the windmill, she's very quiet, and as night proceeds and the wind picks up, there's just a chill that runs through the air. And as she glances over her shoulder, by the time she reaches the windmill, she'll unlock the door and hold it open and say, "Like I said, no one's has had a crack at it, has really had any luck. But if you can get it running again, we'd be mighty grateful. Work's been a bit harder on the sun and I since, well, it broke down a way back."
I imagine so.
I'm sorry to say, though, I couldn't tell edge from tails of the inner workings.
They are complex.
Right.
And he'll just kind of wait at the door for her to either stay or go, if she's going to indicate one or the other.
She'll just kind of scrunch up her face and pat her legs and go, "Right, Yeah, if you need something, holler. And she'll head down the hill.
Okay. Taking a quick glance around, does it appear that there is any sort of like workbench or area that has tools available?
Not really. You'd be taken from your own supplies here.
Okay. Addressing Arnor now, Finn hands his satchel with his supplies in it and just says, there should be sufficient here to do what we need, but I need to get a closer look at what is wrong first.
Very well.
Come, I can try to explain it if it's of interest to you.
You might as well. Maybe I'll learn something. I tend to pick up things here and there from our conversations anytime you've worked on a project.
And Finn will lead Arnor over to primarily the area with the void cell, and he's going to try to see first what's wrong, why the windmill isn't functioning, trying to eliminate any mechanical issues like gear shafts that are broken and stuff like that.
The windmill's base components seem to be intact to the point where if you removed this void-powered mechanism that seems to have stymied it, that's really a kind of jury-rigged accessory to the whole thing. If you got rid of that, you could even operate this by hand, or it would probably work in the current breeze. But something in this automation mechanism is keeping it from moving completely.
Okay, then he's going to dig deeper into that, try to figure out if all of the connections, conduits, things like that, or whatever they're called, are working properly.
All right, roll a hard mechanics check.
Sweet.
And I'm going to give you a setback because you're kind of coming down.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, however, I do have the inventor talent, which means I get to add 1 boost die when constructing or modifying items, so...
All right, you can have that boost.
3 difficulty, mechanics...
And you know what? I'll spend a GM pool and I'll upgrade 1.
Let's roll!
Oh.
All said and done, Finn got 1 success and 1 advantage.
You are able to crack open this mechanism and start digging through, its innards. You see, there's all this tubing, really shoddy work, honestly. Most of the iron has been rusted away. There's some brass that's well and intact that seems to have, superseded whatever was in there before. The mechanism itself is probably older than you are. It's probably one of the very first deployments of void cell technology, and then has just been continuously refurbished rather than being replaced.
Okay.
And already, like I said, this is a pretty jury-rigged kit onto the windmill.
Yeah.
You can identify pretty quickly the little latches or whatnot that are keeping the mechanisms from operating on purely wind power alone, even on an empty cell.
Finn turns to Arnor and he says, I have no idea how they even managed to keep the other 2 running if this is how the others look. You see here, this patent design was before even my time. He says, kind of just grinning at himself. The man who designed this was brilliant. Foolhardy, yes, but absolutely cunning in how he was able to harness void in and of itself with nothing but metal, a couple of raw elements pulled from the earth. I'm sorry, I am boring you. It's an easy fix. Should be fairly straightforward. And he's gonna motion for a couple of tools out of the satchel.
Arnor has assisted with a couple different projects, so he has a general idea of what the tools are. And so he'll give him the tools, and then if there's something, a bit off, Finn can correct him.
Yeah, it's just a couple simple calipers, wrenches, screwdrivers, things like that are fairly basic. But with it being, still harnessing void and directly the void cell, he is going to activate his heroic ability, Hands of the Ancients, when attempting to repair this device, just to prevent any mishaps. So we will flip over those 2 story points.
All right.
And what am I looking at here for a check?
Roll a daunting mechanics.
Okay.
And I'll take 1 of those points back and upgrade a purple to a red.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have 2 setbacks from an unknown source.
Is it unknown?
Roll away.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
Those are threats, right?
Yeah, those are straight up failures and crit, right? Despair. That's it.
You're gonna blow up in this windmill. None of us are near you.
Finn rolled 5 failures. He's going to remove 1 of the difficulty die with 2 things, just for 3 failures. So, if that does anything.
3 failures. Great.
Okay, so what Arnor sees as this is going on is Finn seems very, very confident and self-assured in himself as he takes these instruments, begins twiddling around, and he even starts kind of humming to himself just this kind of simple tune, and he's not even really looking at the thing that he's working on. He's more kind of just passively staring off into space. His eyes are kind of darting around in different directions, and then something happens.
You are humming, you're kind of just in your head as you're doing something that should be utterly routine until one of your tools just hits something that otherwise shouldn't be there, and you hear a pin drop.
And as soon as you hear that pin drop, Arnor, knowing that when Finn is in his zone, he does not make mistakes, he's going to grab Finn and pull him behind his shield.
Right. In town, back in Clairol,
Ryan, you're evil.
outside the inn, Sadako and Kai wait as Kel and Bread stroll out of the barn, having just hitched their mounts.
Well, as far as I can tell, nothing to see here.
Just a lot of unfriendly folk.
Yes, we have enough rooms for everyone, and now we wait for Finn and Arnor to come, and we sleep easy tonight, and I see no two-tailed fox here, so tomorrow we leave, go to the big city. Good?
Works for me.
Okay, very good.
And as Sirocco turns on his heel to head back into the Heather Hen, the night is just lit up with this massive blue flare across the way as you all are buffeted with a shockwave that follows a couple seconds later, emanating from an enormous explosion on the horizon.